I'm Cris. Welcome to Voci di Geeks in 2022.
We have many hopes and expectations to fulfill, and I hope that you will give us your precious help.
Today we are going to talk about a brand new movie that came out a couple of weeks ago on Netflix that is called Don't Look Up.
Yes, this movie is by Adam McKay, that many of you will remember because of his directing of Big Short, which was nominated a few years back for the Oscars as for cast and performance of the actors. I really found this movie outstanding, Cris, and I was really looking forward, no pun intended, to watch Don't Look Up.
Jack, I was expecting some kind of disaster movie. In a certain way it is, but it has also a very unique takes. It is full of humor and references also to what's going on in the world.
Yes, I think the movie is fictional, but it has a little dystopic part that reminded me, for example, of Black Mirror or alternative futures, even if in the movie is actually an alternative present, but has many similarities with our present.
As soon as I saw the beginning, like the first 10 minutes, I remind myself immediately Salvation, a TV series that I really enjoyed a few months ago. Actually, you can still listen to our episode dedicated to that TV series that had a similar plot, but a completely different development.
Yes, different development and perspectives as well. This cliche of a meteor approaching to Earth and menacing to destroying everything is something quite common in cinematic and literary history. We've seen plenty of movies involving this kind of plot. As far as this movie concerns, Don't Look Up has a brilliant and different take on what's going on. It's a satire about society. What really struck me the most is the screenplay, which I found brilliant, but also the original direction of the movie. All of a sudden we move from one scene to the other. Sometimes we see the characters, uttering a sentence, and the next frame they're speaking about something completely different. It's a kind of narration that I love and appreciate a lot. I'm glad that Adam McKay found and chose this style of language and narrating line.
I totally agree with you, Jack. The movie itself, it's quite long, more than 2 hours. It flows very quickly because it is really well done. It is full of interactions and action scenes, as well as, turning point like cliffhangers that you didn't expect.
Yes, exactly, and this thanks also to the great cast. There are famous actors that many of you guys will recognize, like for example Leonardo Di Caprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep, Kate Blanchett. The acting is totally amazing. What I liked also was the style of language used in the movie. How, for example, there is this great quality that many of us should always develop and learn in a deeper way, which is empathy. And in this kind of alternate reality, empathy has probably completely gone. Something quite rare to find in people completely absorbed in their public lives, televisions and social networks. There's no privacy at all. So it's quite close to our present and something that makes us reflect about how we should perceive and listen also to the other's point of view.
I think you can just enjoy the plot, but if you start thinking about the references that are included in the movie, you can have a deep discussion with your friends and family.
Yes, the movie is full of precious insights into the analysis of the characters. They are particularly well depicted. Look, for example, at the protagonist, Leonardo Di Caprio, who's this researcher professor, that is on one side completely eaten by his anxiety. He's a frail character, but on the other side, he's also somehow appealed by this technological world.
Like to be some kind involved into the decisions of the White House.
Yes, he's totally appealed to be also himself an influencer. So on the other side, he's talking about math, but all the people basically are telling him, just don't put out numbers. Think about the most entertaining way to say something. Don't go into details, because the reality is not meant for something specific and something deep.
We decided to keep this episode spoiler free in case you haven't watched the movie yet. I would totally recommend you to watch. What about you, Jack? Would you recommend our listeners to give it a try?
Of course, Cris. Originality, screenplay, and all the qualities of a great film, this movie has them all. So, guys, check it out and look forward to it, because probably it will be nominated for the next Oscars.
If you have any insights, or maybe you would like to give us your take about this movie, movie, we will be glad to hear from you in the section comment down below or directly on Instagram and Twitter at Chris_OCDGeeks as well as Jack_OCDGeeks.
Don't forget to check our website www.ocdgeeks.me.
So for now, let them talk our freaks.
We stay tuned on OCD Geeks.